Alright, what's up y'all? Vontaemadeit Nation, I'm back. So, somebody named Sam in the comments made a good point. Let me pull his comment up before I start speaking about it. But basically, he was talking about me not like... He basically was saying that I'm not bringing the whole story right now. Okay, like that that my videos kind of jump around and nobody on YouTube really knows what's going on in my life on this channel, which is not the case. Which is not the case that I want it to be. My last channel was super in-depth. You know, I posted everything that went on, but my last channel was a lot bigger than this one, and I had it for a lot longer. And so it kind of broke me when it died, you know what I mean? Which is cool. But let me go ahead and read his comment back specifically. Sam, this video is literally because of you. Literally, this video is all because of you, Sam. Hold on, let me get some water real quick. Get some water real quick. Get some water real quick. But Sam, man, you the reason. Sam, you are the reason I'm making this video. I'm not even gonna hold you up. Cause I didn't think about it. Hold on, let me come back, y'all. Excuse me. Phone being weird. Cause to be honest, man, I didn't think about it till just now, right? But yeah, these videos on this new channel have been jumping around. Let me put your comment up so I can read what you said word for word. Cause I want people to hear this. Cause you are the reason for this content right now. Not gonna lie to you. He said, bro, make a video of what's actually going on in your life. Like everything from getting kicked out the Navy, leaving the Navy, to kindercare. The fans need a timeline and like how your job scammed you. So the job that scammed me wasn't kindercare. Let me say that now. Kindercare was a wonderful place to work. I loved it. It was fun. I left kindercare because of a disrespectful coworker that I couldn't smack in the mouth. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. That's why I left kindercare. I'm not gonna get too much into that because right now we're talking about the overview of what happened. So the military, that's kind of hard to explain. Long story short, I got into an argument with people I shouldn't have gotten into an argument with. And I was at the end of it, I pretty much was offered a choice, right? Pretty much. And I could have appealed the choice, but I basically said I want to go home, right? Long story short, I was offered a choice. I decided that I wanted to go home and I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, explore other career paths, right? Which is what I've successfully been doing, right? Field service engineer, all that fun stuff. You know, I think I made the right choice. My bank account, I think I made the right choice. Okay. But, so that's what happened in the Navy. Then, fast forward, I got a job, an engineering job, with a company called Delphinus. Didn't like Delphinus. It was too much drama work in there. Like, it was like just hella drama for no reason. Like, everybody was old. Everybody thought they was above each other, and I just couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it, and it really was bothering me. I can't work with the drama. It bothers me. It irritates me. So, worked there for a couple months, found another job, jumped ships, went down to Oregon for 6 months, working for a company called MSR FSR from September to like December. And so I'm working for this company, and I loved it, but the pay was so low. And so I decided that after I saved up a bunch of money, that it was time to leave MSR FSR. I went to work for a company called Course Tech to learn about CNC machines. Once I got the hang of that, you know what I'm saying, how to break them down, rebuild them, I applied to a field service engineer job. Right. That job took a while to get with a company called Klingenberg. That's the company that scammed me. But let me finish down the timeline. So, the job took a minute to get, like I interviewed back in January and I didn't hear nothing until May. So during the time we waiting to hear something, I was just messing with my music, shooting my music, but the bills don't stop. So I applied to this place called Klingenberg. I'm like, maybe working kids would be fun while I'm waiting, you know what I'm saying? I still got the music thing going on. I still got other streams of income. You know what I'm saying? So we Gucci, we good. Pay there was $16 an hour. You know. 1 second. But pay was 16, like $16, $10, $16 and $10.10 an hour, right? But the pay didn't matter because I was there to explore like other things I wanted to do because I have other streams of income. Long story short, I was there for a few months. I was pretty happy there. Klingenberg called back, and then the music stuff started popping off, and I had a music opportunity that I took, but it ended up falling through, just because sometimes we take a risk and it falls through. Which is cool, you know what I'm saying, like whatever, the music thing fell through, it's okay, you know what I'm saying, it's other ways to make music pop, it's other ways to apply this pressure, which I'm currently doing, right? So, I was still going to be working at Klingenberg while I was doing the music thing, but I got into, I don't even want to call it an argument, somebody made a rude comment to me. And I responded in not the best way. You know what I'm saying? I cut into him, long story short, and I really wanted to smack the shit out of him. But I didn't smack the shit out of him. Right? I just walked away. You know what I'm saying? I blew some deep breaths. So that happened. Then I eventually left to go to another state to do this music thing down in Illinois. A shooting happened in Illinois, which kind of set the whole event off. It kind of threw everything off circuit. You know what I'm saying? It made clubs worrisome about, they deposit and junk. And yeah, and so that happened. I'm like, okay, so the music thing not gonna happen. Then I went up to Michigan with this company called Klingenberg. So this entire time, I'm still paying rent. I'm paying airplane ticket costs. I'm paying hotel costs, right? So I'm losing money this entire time. So the deal with Klingenberg was they're going to reimburse my travel to move to Michigan to work for them. They were going to reimburse my moving costs, right? And my airfare, as well as a $1,000 bonus, right? So I get there. They understand the issues that I'm coming from across the country in Washington, from the West Coast to the Midwest. That's, 1,200 something miles away. Right, so they understand this, right? So I'm like, cool, blah, blah. So I get there, I show up Monday morning on time, even though my flight was delayed 12 hours, I still got there on time, did not sleep. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sleeping, you know what I'm saying? I literally went straight from the airport to Klingenberg's office in Saline, Michigan with all my bags. Okay, all my bags in there. Right, so I kept up my end of the deal. I filled out my I-9 paperwork, the little higher paperwork, blah, blah, boo, boo, boo. Then it came down to training and stuff. Even though I know how to work machinery, I'm really good at it, you know what I'm saying? I'm lit, right? So it came down to where I was paying Uber costs, but backtrack a little bit. It came down to where the place I was supposed to rent was a little bit late, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes there are, these unexpected delays, you know what I'm saying? So I told them, hey, the place I'm supposed to be renting is a little bit late. You know what I mean? Blah, blah. But, I can get this hotel. Are you guys going to reimburse it? And they said, yes. Get the hotel room expensive back to the company, as well as your Uber and Lyft, right? Because I couldn't get a card unless I didn't have a credit card at that time. So, I get the hotel room. All this money is coming out of my pocket, right? I'm just losing thousands and thousands of dollars, right? I'm just spending thousands of dollars and dollars. And I'm like, okay, well, it's okay because they're going to reimburse it. I'm saying? Cheapest room possible, cheapest Ubers, cheapest Lyfts. I'm trying to be cheap. I'm like, okay, the company's going to reimburse it. Get the hotel room for a week because my place was delayed a week. Eventually moving into that place, that 1 week of hotel room was $700. Right, so that's another $700 gone. We already $3,000-$4,000, right? So that happened. Then I eventually moved into the place, right? And I'm still catching Lyfts and Ubers back and forth to work. You know what I'm saying? And in the 2 weeks that I was there, I spent, I think It's not 1,400. That's cap. I think I spent $650 in lifts, back and forth to work. Right. That's crazy, right? In 2 weeks, in 10 days, I spent $700 in lifts. Right. Mind you, the company decided that the second week that they were like, well, you know what? It's really your fault for moving across the country, like we asked you to, and the thing that we agreed on, we're no longer going to do that. We're not going to reimburse any of your travel. We're not going to reimburse your hotel room. We're not going to reimburse your lifts. Right. So I'm like, oh shit. Okay. I'm like, whatever. And they were like, yeah, and we're not going to cover a rental car anymore. I'm like, but this is everything y'all agreed on. Then they were like, yeah, you know that $1,000 we agreed on in your offer letter, we're not going to give you that either. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I went asking questions. I'm like, okay, so this is what we agreed on upon hire. Now that y'all not going to do this anymore, can I get a little bit higher of a wage, right? Then I kid you not, you know, the next day from that conversation with the accounting department, next day, I get called into the office, right? I'm like, whatever, you know, called in the office. I'm not going on site to work on a machine like I'm supposed to, because that's what I was supposed to do the day prior. Call my manager, call me in, and he's like, okay, get both your phones, let's go talk upstairs, right? I leave my headphones on the table, go upstairs. Leave the computer, their phone on the table. And they literally blindsided the shit out of me. They were like, oh, well, you're terminated. And I was like, what? And I was like, why? No reason, you're just terminated, right? And I'm like, what about all the money I spent to fucking get here? All the money I spent to work for your company and make you guys money. Not to mention, I literally went and worked on machines for them. You know what I'm saying? Spending my money on Lyfts and Ubers to get there. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they understood and they said that they were going to pay me a certain amount of money. Never got the money, right? Never got it. Spent thousands of dollars. So I'm in the office and I'm talking to him and I'm like, well, I understand that the transition is a little bit harder, but you knew what to expect if there were delays traveling. Like we all know, we're all grown adults. You know, everybody in this room is grown. These two guys are over the age of 50 or 40, however old they are. They were older than 30, right? So they've understood like different circumstances. And so I feel like as a manager, you know what I mean, and someone who should understand how field service works and how traveling works and how moving across the country works, that sometimes there are delays. But they didn't know that, obviously. They didn't realize that. They didn't care. You know what I'm saying? At that point, I'm not a person to them. I'm just a number that is supposed to be working, and there's delays with the process of me moving across the country with like a 3 days notice. Okay. So that being said, so back to how I lost more money, right? So I not only did I catch a lift there, right, without knowing I'm about to be fired, I caught the lift back. You know, it's more money just going down the drain. Bloop. Eventually, I went around to the place that I got a lease at, you know, to live there. I talked to the people and I'm like, okay, I started this lease literally a week ago. Can I get out the lease? Right? And he was like, no, you enter the lease, you have to be in it, right? And as I order, you have to pay the full amount of the lease out. And I'm like, oh, I can't afford to do that. It's $16,000, right? My bank account gonna be on E0 if I do that. He was like, well, I don't have anything else to tell you. Like, you know, you signed the lease, you know, you're in this lease for a year. Okay, you're stuck. And I'm like, I explained to my situation, wasn't caring, again, didn't give a fuck. So I'm like, okay, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I told Klingenberg, I'm like, hey, I entered this lease because of you guys. Can you guys help me out of it? And they literally said, you're not a Klingenberg employee, do not email us. Okay. So little did they know I have a lawyer, right? I'm about to go after Klingenberg, little did they know. They're about to get the shit out of them for like all that, because that was like ridiculous. That was completely ridiculous. I understand it wasn't racism, but it was definitely unprofessional. It was unreliable. If anybody's looking in the engineering world and you guys are in CNCs and you about to get a job, do not apply to Klingenberg Group. Do not work for them. Terrible company. Terrible. No professionalism necessary. You know what I'm saying? Terrible. Do not work for them. Okay. They talk the big game, but they can't walk the walk. All right. So that's what's been going on. That's like my full life update. Okay. That being said, be ready for more entertainment. Daily uploads again are posting. If you need to know something or you want a video, you know what I'm saying, do like Sam did, go ahead and comment. You know, just in case y'all think I want to cap about the comment, let me go ahead and show y'all the comment. I'm sorry, his name is No Sam. I don't know if I can see that because I don't got the flip around screen on this. But that's him. Don't know if you've seen it. Hope you did. But go ahead and comment. I look at all comments. I respond to all comments. No matter how many comments I might get in the future, no matter how many subscribers I even get, I'm always going to look at all the comments. Okay, if I get a million comments, I'm going to sit there for 3 hours. I'm going to try to read all of them. Okay. So just comment if you want to see something below. Yeah, if somebody else commented what you wanted to comment, just like it a bunch of times so I get to see every time they comment is liked on my video. And please share these videos. Please subscribe. I know it's going to be a rocky journey, but this channel not getting banned. I promise you, I will fight YouTube if this channel gets banned. And just stay tuned for the next video. Vontaemadeit out.